guys. So, today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my favorite lesson from Spirit. My favorite lesson, well, let's call it my favorite too. My favorite lessons from Spirit were quiet and stillness. That's one lesson. And the other was when it's time, it'll be time, but not before. And when I say it where I am now, the energy of it feels like the smoothest silk. Ooh, it does. Because when it's time, have you ever just been cooking a meal and it's uh, it's on the stove and you've been doing everything. You've been preparing the ingredients and just doing everything right, and you smell it coming together, and you just like it's almost time. It's not time yet, but when it's time, it's going to be time, and it's going to be so amazing. This meal that you have cooked. And that's the understanding of when it's time, it'll be time, but not before. It's hard in the beginning to accept that. A lot of people want microwave opportunities or microwave understandings. But I really, really appreciate the home cooked meal. It always nourishes you better. It always makes you feel more full. You even rest better, I think, with that. Yeah, you feel able to sit back and chill. It's nothing like that. Nothing like that home cooked meal. And that goes back to quiet and stillness too. It does. Because, well, for me anyway, I'm not a fan of when I'm cooking, I'm not a fan of having a whole bunch of people in the kitchen with me and everything else. I like to be able to just focus on what I'm doing and not necessarily telling you everything I'm doing. I've had people try to be helpful in the kitchen while I'm cooking. I'm good. I guess some people like that, but no, I got it. I got it. Now, I don't need you to help chop nothing up. I got it because I have a plan and I have an understanding and I know how I'm going to do everything. So it's like that. For me, the understanding of being still and being quiet and just focusing on what I need to do for myself, it's really, really just a chill experience. It really is. It goes hand in hand. Because a lot of times, again, when you're waiting, when you're understanding that everything is on divine timing, you really, really do have a lot of stillness in that. When everything is on divine timing, when you're following God's timing, it's not that there's a whole bunch of you every moment before you get to what Spirit has planned for you is full of action. You're full of a lot of quiet moments. You're full of a lot of sitting to yourself. Maybe you're sitting there chilling, reading a book. Maybe you're sitting there listening to a song, but it's still, you know, at least for me. But then again, I've spent the last, at this time, 5 years much to myself, not often speaking to a lot of people, except my clients. And it's been interesting the things that I've gained and learned from that. A lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding, Spirit speaking to me of where it wants the world to go, what it has planned for this world, all those things. And it was nice, it was beautiful. And what I learned too is that Spirit wants to have that relationship with all of us. And this world that's in such a hurry, it wants to give you more time. It wants to give you all the time in the world. It does. But in order for that to happen, there's a lot that must change with our environment. There's a lot that must change with our world for that to happen. And Spirit has spoken to me strongly about how it plans to assist and help that. So I know things may look scary at this time. I know it may seem like there's so much going on. I know that there's a lot of fear. But when you understand that there is somebody else that's leading this, and that, as a whole, humanity never was, then you feel more peace and you trust in the plan. You trust in the end result. You trust in when this meal is ready, when it's done, when it's time to eat. I trust in what my Creator is cooking and getting ready to serve up to us. I trust. And I'm sure with any meal, it don't always look pretty as you're going through the process of cooking. That would be nice. They make it seem like it do. Sometimes it always look pretty when they be doing it on social media and everything. But remember, they got edits. Remember, they got second and third takes. That don't mean that they ain't cut something out. So, with everything that's going on, just trust in the home-cooked meal understanding that Spirit has for you. And as much as possible, like you're a kid that's, waiting for your mama to finish cooking the meal, be still, Spend some time with yourself. Be quiet. Because every time you over there asking your mama, is the food ready? I'm sure she getting irritated, being like, they'll be ready when it's ready. You see I'm still in the kitchen cooking. You see it's still on the stove. It's not ready yet. It'll be ready when it's time. It'll be ready. You gonna eat. You all gonna eat. All my children will eat. All my children will have everything that they deserve to fill their stomachs. All my children will get what they need. Just trust. Trust in your Creator's plans. Trust in the meal is cooking for you and that it's going to be a spread, one that's amazing, one that's a feast, one that's going to leave you with the itis, ready to go to bed, feeling safe and secure in the understanding that you are taken care of by something bigger and grander than you could ever imagine, and that it has your back even if you don't think it does. But that's all I have. I hope this message resonates with you, and if it doesn't, I hope you find what does.